You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you recording?
We are recording.
Okay.
Okay.
On your mark. Get set. Go. And I made him watch.
Intermissions.
Hello
And welcome.
to this week's episode of Intermissions. On this episode, we're going to be talking about 2024's upcoming horror flicks, what to expect, and what we're the most excited about. I really can't wait to sink my teeth into this one.
Your teeth? Your teeth into this one?
My teeth, yes.
Okay, it sounded like you almost said something else. I'm also excited for a lot of these movies that we're going to talk about today, and also some that we're not going to mention, but that are out there.
Yeah. I think these are just the ones that are like, I guess the big headlines, so to speak. The hot topics, as it were.
Yes.
So first up, let's talk about They Follow. Okay. It's the sequel to that spine-tingling hit, It Follows. And let me tell you, the anticipation is through the roof.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, we remember how the first film had us all second-guessing every person walking behind us, Well, They Follow is bringing back that same eerie vibe. And the coolest part is Micah Monroe, who played Jay, is also returning as that character. So she's the one who survived the original ordeal, and now she's back to face whatever this sequel is throwing at her. And guess who else is on board?
Who?
David Robert Mitchell, who was the mastermind behind the screenplay, and he also directed the first film.
Nice.
And if his past work is anything to go by, we're in for some seriously tense moments that'll tap right into our primal fears. So, and now the details are still pretty hush-hush, but the title alone, They Follow, hints that we might be dealing with more than just one supernatural stalker this time around. So how's that for up in the ante? So what do you think? Will They Follow live up to the legacy of its predecessor, or will it take the horror to a whole new level? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, we'll be watching and probably sleeping with the lights on for a while.
Yeah, I can't wait for a teaser trailer for this. Because It Follows is one of the best horror movies out there. It really is. It's very unique. The storyline was different for something we've experienced before. The shots are really good. It was very provoking. It was sexy, too.
Yeah.
It was very sexy in a very kind of scary kind of way. But yeah, I can't wait to see more about this. It's been almost 10 years. It's almost a decade. So It Follows came out in 2015. So
nice.
It's been like 9 years, almost a decade. I think bringing back the at least some of the same cast, and also you have the same writer and director from the first one, so that the view of this story is going to be coming from the same aspect in mind.
Right.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The one thing I remember the most about the first film is that opening scene where the
girl on the beach.
The girl on the beach.
And her body all...
That following morning, and the fucking seagulls are squawking and stuff, and the camera just it holds on her just fucking disfigured body just sitting on the beach. And that immediately puts into your mind this is what's going to happen if it catches her.
Yeah, this is the outcome.
That's what the stakes are. So it really does bring that horror that everybody is looking for. Okay, so let's chat about our next film on this list, Maxine.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the grand finale of T. West's horror trilogy. Okay, it's like we've been on this wild journey, starting with X, and then Pearl came along, and now here we are. So Maxine Minx is back, and this time she's hitting the big time in Hollywood. But you know how it goes, right? Just as she's about to enjoy the limelight, her past comes knocking, or should I say slashing. This film's got that cool mix of scares and laughs, all decked out in that throwback style. It's like stepping into a time machine and ending up in the heyday of horror, but with a twist. T. West isn't just throwing us a nostalgia bone, he's making us think about the whole slasher scene. So if you're up for a flick that's going to mess with your head while making you chuckle, Maxine is your ticket. It's a smart, spooky ride that's not afraid to poke fun of itself while delivering the thrills. And let's be real, wrapping up this trilogy, it's kind of bittersweet, isn't it? But hey, all good and terrifying things must come to an end.
Yeah, it's something. I watched the trailer. I've seen the trailer before. I've seen the trailer a few times. The way this is shot from that, like, from it being shot in the normal perspective we experience today to the shots of, like, being on an old vintage camera from the 80s is so cool.
Yeah.
The music, the soundtrack is going to be amazing. The hair, the makeup is going to be amazing. The style, the fashion. I'm excited for the aesthetic, pleasing shots that we're going to get.
Yeah.
And also the story, because you've got Richard Ramirez. There's like a little bit of the hint that he is, the Night Stalker is stalking Maxine. And, you know, did you not watch the trailer?
No, I haven't seen.
Goodness gracious.
So we watched X together. You know, obviously, like, it had Mia Goth, obviously, but it also had Jenna Ortega in it. And, like, I just remember, like, the one scene that stuck out to me the most was the scene where, I don't remember the character's name. He was in Vietnam. But he goes to the pond or whatever with the old man to try to find his wife, and then he winds up getting shot by the old man or whatever. Like, that sticks out to me the most, I think. But I'm excited to see it either way.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pearl.
No.
We have to watch Pearl.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen lots of, I've seen the trailers. I've seen lots of stuff on, like, TikTok and stuff about it. I know the general story, and there's lots of violence and murdering and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, because Pearl was about the Pearl from the first movie from X, and then this is Maxine and what happened to her after the events of X. So I'm not sure there's even going to be any, like, mention of Pearl.
Right.
Maybe a little bit, probably, but
yeah. So I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting either way. I mean, I'm a huge sucker for trilogies anyway, so I'm excited to see it, that's for sure.
Yes, I'm super excited to see it. And we also have to watch Pearl. We need to. We have to.
Yep. Give it its due diligence, as it were. So this next film, and quite possibly I'm not going to say my most anticipated film, but one of my most anticipated.
Really?
Yeah. So,
you really like the Terrifier series so far.
That's right. So this next film, Terrifier 3. Okay, so picture this. Art the Clown, that bone-chilling antagonist we've come to know and fear, decides to ditch the regular old murder routine. Okay? Nope, he's got bigger plans. He's taken his blood-soaked show on the road right into the heart of the holiday season. Yep, you heard me right. Christmas is about to get a whole lot scarier. Forget that cozy fireplace and jolly carols. Art's got a different kind of gift for you, one wrapped in terror and tied with a bow of nightmares. Terrifier 3 isn't your run-of-the-mill slasher film. Oh no, it's got a festive twist that'll make your eggnog curdle. Imagine candy canes and mistletoe, but add a dash of gore and a sprinkle of dark humor. Art's wielding his signature weapon, the rusty hacksaw, while wearing that twisted grin. And guess what? He's got a naughty list, and it's not for coal recipients. Brace yourselves for gruesome scares, unexpected laughs, and a holiday season you won't forget, even if you tried. So grab your popcorn, hug your teddy bear, and prepare for a Yuletide massacre. Terrifier 3 is coming to town, and it's checking it twice, because Art's got a thing for severed limbs. So stay tuned. And remember, 'tis the season to be terrified. Okay.
Did you see the teaser for this?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I've actually seen on I think it was TikTok. There was quite a few, like, behind the scenes videos of the production and stuff.
I haven't seen those. I've only seen the teaser.
Yeah. So there's like a video with David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, and Damien Leone, the writer-director, kind of like walking through a scene that they were shooting in a mall or something like that. And you can see Art's like in his Santa Claus outfit and stuff. And it's super funny. But, you know, people like standing up in the mezzanine area, like filming and stuff. So I'm excited about it. You know, and not to mention, you know, a little less than 2 weeks from now, we're gonna get photos taken with Art the Clown. So
yeah, with David, we're gonna be
in costume.
Yeah, we're gonna meet him at Monsterpalooza and also have a photo option, photo op.
Yep, him and Damien Leone.
Yes.
So I'm super excited about that, as well as, you know, tons of other celebrities and stuff are gonna be there, and you know. I'm always a huge fan of doing, like, looking at all the vendors in Artist Alley and all that good stuff. So.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time.
Yep.
Once Terrifier 3 comes out, we'll have to do an intermission where we go, like, through the whole, like, Terrifier series.
Yeah.
Because when we first watched the first Terrifier, because I kept getting Art the Clown TikToks, and I was like, what is this from? And so I finally found out what it was from, and then I convinced you to watch it with me. And a lot of that movie, we were going, what the fuck, the whole time. And it's just, it grabs you. I don't know what it is about this movie series that just really grips the fuck out of you and pulls you in.
I don't know.
I think it's the mystery of Art and what type of being he is, because we don't have any. We just know he's this immortal being that can be birthed, I guess, several different times, and never dies. No matter how hard you fucking try. No. So it's a mystery, and I'm all for it. I'm excited for it.
I think for me, that first film, the what the fuck factor was like, you know, you see
all of it.
all of it, really. But it had this, like, the way they filmed it was very sort of retro, kind of like 70s grindhousey feel to it. And not to mention, he saws a woman in half, hot dog style. You know, and like, how do you not get banned from making a movie like that? Like, and not to mention, it got distributed. You know, it was on Amazon. It's on Shudder. Yeah. You know, like, so obviously, like, I think that's what I like the most about this film series is they're really pushing the envelope as far as like slasher films go. There's
a point where you can push the envelope where it is in the realm of acceptance, and I think they are really lingering at that moment, because beyond it, there's a line you shouldn't cross. Of course, there are films that cross those lines, and they're not something you really want to watch. Yeah, so they're lingering in that realm of acceptance.
Yeah, they're like teetering on that line of, you know, don't want to quite be like Faces of Death sort of level.
Oh God.
Or, you know, and beyond that is like snuff films and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like right there, so it really gives that sense of like what the fuck am I watching? Like, is this even like?
Is this legal?
Is this legal?
Is my FBI agent gonna tell on me or something?
Yeah, you get a text on your phone. It's just like, we saw that.
We saw what we know what you're doing. Please stop.
So, yeah. Anyways, we're super excited for it, and we cannot wait to see it.
Yes, super excited.
So next up is probably my number one anticipated film this year.
Number one.
Number one.
Okay.
So we're sinking our teeth into the haunting realm of Nosferatu, a film that's been resurrected by the masterful Robert Eggers. Known for his atmospheric storytelling in The Witch and The Lighthouse, Eggers now turns his gaze to the granddaddy of all vampires, Count Orlok. This isn't just a retelling, though. It's a complete reimagining, steeped in gothic lore and dripping with a visual flair that only Eggers could conjure. In this version, every shadow whispers secrets, and each frame is a meticulous work of art, echoing the silent horror of its 1922 predecessor while carving out its own dark niche. Eggers' Nosferatu is more than a movie, though. It's a gothic tapestry that weaves together the eerie, the sublime, and the terrifying. It's a fresh take on the vampire mythos, where the infamous Count is not just a creature of the night, but a symbol of timeless horror. The film promises a journey through a world where the line between the living and the undead is as thin as a vampire's fang. With Eggers' penchant for detail, expect to be transported to a time where Gothic castles loom over fog-laden landscapes, and the mere mention of Orlok's name sends shivers down your spine. So brace yourselves for a chilling adventure with Nosferatu, where the horror of the past meets the vision of the present to create something truly unforgettable.
You know what I'm excited for?
What's that?
The shadow scene of his hands. I'm excited.
Oh, him like coming up the stairs?
Yeah, and then his hands, they get all lined and long and like sputtery or whatever, and like run over her body, and it's kind of essential in a way, and it makes my little goth heart just, I'm excited. I am beyond excited. Because you have, what's his name? Not Bill. Bill Skarsgård? Yeah. Is it Bill? It is Bill. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have Bill Skarsgård as Orlok.
Yes.
I'm excited.
If you have seen It or It Chapter 2 and you've seen Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, the dancing clown, then you will know, like, this dude's got some fucking horror chops.
Oh, yeah. So... What I first experienced Bill in was Hemlock Grove. Did you ever watch Hemlock Grove?
No.
It is based off of these young adult novels by this author. I can't recall his name right now, but it's a gothic contemporary werewolf, witch, vampire type of world he's built, and it's a wild ride. It's a wild ride.
Yeah.
But he plays as a vampire, and it's his performances never fail. They are just so well done, like most of his family and his brothers and his father.
Oh yeah,
amazing, talented family.
Absolutely.
Hot, sexy men. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I think my first introduction to Bill Skarsgård was in Castle Rock.
Yes, he was. Castle Rock was so good.
Castle Rock was a good show.
God.
Good damn show. And I'm super upset that it was only on for like 2 seasons, wasn't it?
I think it was just the one. I think it was a short series. It's a Stephen King short series.
Miniseries. Could have been. Yeah. But either way, he was amazing in that show. And then him playing Bill Skarsgård. And he's also...
playing Bill Skarsgård?
He plays Bill Skarsgård playing Pennywise the Dancing Clown. And then who can forget another film of mine that's not on this list, but I'm super anticipating this year is The Crow. Where he is playing
He is busy lately.
Yes. Dude.
He is busy.
Good for him, though.
Yes.
He's a
talented man.
Yeah. Well, I think it's difficult being an actor of that caliber, but having that last name, because it's almost like, being the youngest of the brothers, it's almost like he's riding their coattails.
Yeah.
For an example, for instance, a nepo baby.
Yep.
Yeah. But him really coming into his own and creating his own little niche, that's good for him. I'm glad. Also, Willem Dafoe is in this film.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you knew this. There was a movie that came back I think it was 2000 called Shadow of the Vampire.
Yeah, and he played. Yeah, It was more like a parody, kind of. Wasn't it?
No, it was a horror film, but it was basically F.W. Murnau, who directed the first Nosferatu film. In this film, he's played by John Malkovich.
Oh yes.
And the plot of the film is basically they go to Romania to film this, unauthorized retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula. And he's telling the crew that their Count Orlok, they will meet him there. And come to find out, Max Schreck, who originally played not Count Orlok in the first film. Mm-hmm. In this film, Max Schreck is actually a fucking vampire. He's a real vampire.
Yeah, yes.
And he basically comes on to play this Count Orlok with the promise of, I think he was supposed to give him a wife or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember. But in this film, Max Schreck is played by Willem Dafoe. Mm-hmm. So you could honestly say that Willem Dafoe has played Count Orlok.
Full circle.
Yeah, it's kind of full circle.
Full circle.
I'm pretty excited about that, and I cannot wait to see it. That's coming out Christmas Day.
Oh.
December 25th, 2024.
Okay.
Very remember. Exciting.
Yeah. You gave me this look like.
Very exciting. Mm. All right, moving on. We're stepping into the silent world of A Quiet Place, Day 1.
Yeah.
This prequel pulls us back to the very start, where every sound could be your last. It's a fresh look at the days when the world plunged into hushed terror, and those sound-sensitive creatures first made their deadly presence known. We're not just going back to Day 1. We're going to live it, feel the pulse-pounding suspense, and witness the emotional unraveling of a society on the brink. The film is a masterclass in tension, where the silence is deafening and the slightest noise could spell disaster. It's about the raw human emotion, the struggle for survival in a world turned upside down by an unseen alien threat. The series' signature silent tension is back, but this time we get to see how it all began. The origin of these creatures, the initial chaos, and the resilience of the human spirit are all on full display. So brace yourselves for a cinematic experience that's as intense as it is quiet. A Quiet Place Day 1 isn't just another chapter in the series, it's the chapter that sets everything into motion. It's the beginning of the end, and it promises to leave you on the edge of your seat, watching, waiting, and listening in the haunting stillness.
Okay, A Quiet Place, the original one, was really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. The second one, it was okay. It was alright. It has that curse when you make a trilogy or a series of film. Usually the first one is really good. Mm-hmm. And then the second one doesn't quite meet your expectations.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. And usually the third film will amp it back up and get it back to where it should be. Now, when we have these late prologues, of movies, I kind of like it. I rather wish a story would start kind of in the beginning, but it doesn't happen all that. I mean, sometimes when you're writing something, you want to write about an event that has happened in this world so bad. Even though this event is backed up by several events that the reader or viewer they won't know yet, it could be exciting. I like the trailer for this one. It looks like it's got a lot of action to it. I'm worried about the cat.
There's a cat?
Yeah, have you not seen the trailer?
No.
Why don't you watch the trailers?
Because I don't watch trailers.
Oh, gosh.
I like to, if I hear about a film, I don't like to watch the trailer because trailers oftentimes spoil things for you.
Whatever.
So I'd rather not. Just give me the title and tell me when it comes out. And if I want to go see it, I'll go see it.
I need to see a trailer. I want to see a trailer if I'm going to have more interest in this other than just the title. But the trailer looks pretty good. Lots of action, like I said. It's a deaf person. Mm-hmm. And she has a cat with her at some points in the trailer, and I'm worried about the cat.
Well, maybe, you know how there's a website that you can go and see if the dog dies?
Yes.
Maybe there's one for cats.
Yeah, the dog dies is for all animals.
Oh, okay.
They put all the animals on there.
I see. Well, that's good.
They probably don't know if the cat dies or not yet.
The film's not out yet.
No.
But for context, the first film was written and directed by John Krasinski.
Yes.
Jim Halpert from The Office. I really liked the first film, although his character dies in the end. But the second film I thought was very interesting, especially with Cillian Murphy's character.
Yeah, Cillian was. I mean, I love me some Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, and then the kid, I think it was a kid. He got stuck in that fucking little chamber thing, and he didn't know what was going on outside, and they couldn't get to him.
Yeah, and there was hair. Yeah.
So I thought it was a pretty good film. I'm looking forward to this one just because I think this one's got Lupita Nyong'o in it.
That her? Yeah, I think it is her.
So I'm excited about that. And just to see, like you were saying, how you kind of wish stories would start at the beginning. Most stories, their beginnings may not be as engaging. So you like to start the story with as much of a hook as you can.
Yeah, something to captivate. Yeah, I get it.
And then you come back and explain it. So,
I completely understand that.
Yeah, so...
As someone who writes, I understand that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, next on the list, we're stepping into the zany, otherworldly universe of Beetlejuice.
Yep.
That name you're not supposed to say 3 times? Well, It's back, and it's as whimsical and macabre as ever. So here's the scoop. This is the long-awaited sequel to Tim Burton's cult classic. Yep, that same Tim Burton who gave us Edward Scissorhands, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And basically every gothic fairy tale we secretly adored. Now, Beetlejuice
That's twice you've said his name, just so you know.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It isn't your run-of-the-mill horror flick. No, it's a wild ride through the whimsical and macabre, where the afterlife is a bureaucratic maze, and the living world is just as outlandish. So picture this. A family tragedy brings 3 generations of the Dietz family back to their eerie home in Winter River. But guess what? Beetlejuice is still lurking around.
You said it 3 times.
Like that odd neighbor who never mows their lawn. And things take a turn when Lydia's rebellious teenage daughter stumbles upon a mysterious model of the town in the attic, played by Jenna Ortega. Suddenly, the portal to the afterlife swings wide open and chaos ensues. So you can expect a roller coaster of horror, comedy, and fantasy. It's like Tim Burton threw a Halloween party, invited all the quirky characters from his imagination, and then let them loose. The visuals, they're imaginative, all right, like a kaleidoscope dipped in black magic. And the characters, eccentric, oddball, and utterly delightful. So whether you're a fan of the original or a curious newcomer, get ready for a wild trip through a world where the strange and unusual are just part of the charm.
Now, have you seen the teaser for this?
I've seen a little bit of it, and I also saw some of the behind-the-scenes production stuff.
I saw a few pictures of behind-the-scenes production.
Yeah.
And I've seen the trailer or the teaser a few times too, and it looks good. It looks good. Winona Ryder looks fabulous. She looks youthful, and she's wonderful. She looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And Jenna looks nice too. And then what's her name?
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara is back. Yeah. So excited. It's a very strong, female strong cast. I know Tim Burton it's kind of been very judgy in the past few years because of his lack of POC characters, which is understandable.
Yeah.
And so it kind of, I'm excited, but I'm also like, I don't know if I'm going to run to see this one. I might wait until it's streamable or something. I don't think I'll be going to the movies to see this.
Yeah, I was always excited to see Michael Keaton come back as Beetlejuice.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's kind of like seeing him come back as Batman. I get it. He's a legend. He's iconic. But at the same time, it's like, okay, dude, your time's up, man.
Didn't he do a little skit at the Grammys or something with Tom Arnold and
That was at the Academy
Awards. Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, but he was also in.
You don't want to talk about that? It was kind of awkward. I didn't watch all of it.
It was funny because the whole skit was Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger up on stage, and they were talking about the
movies they've been together.
Yeah, the movies they were in together, and they were like, what really brings us together is we were both Batman villains, because Danny was the Penguin and Arnold was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
dissing Batman, and they look down and like, oh, there he is right there, and the camera cuts to Michael Keaton. So like, it was super funny. But what's even funnier is Michael Keaton's outfit on that during that skit was actually a throwback to Adam West. He wore it as Bruce Wayne in the original Batman TV show. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of wishy-washy about this one.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait for it to come out.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm a big Beetlejuice fan. I like Beetlejuice. It's a fun movie. It's creepy. It's cute. It's goth. It's dark.
Yeah.
I like it. It's up my alley. I have a sandworm on my desk.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited, but I'm also like very more aware of going-ons. And the things that, should be pointed out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm just glad that Alec Baldwin's not in it. Murder. Anyways.
God, Troy.
Hey, I'm just saying it. All right, so last but certainly not least on this list, we're taking a trip back to the foggy, nightmare-inducing town of Silent Hill. Original director Christoph Gans is at the helm once again, and he's promising to recapture the eerie magic that made the first film such a cult hit. Return to Silent Hill isn't just a sequel, it's a deep dive into the town's dark and twisted secrets. We're talking psychological horror that plays tricks on your mind, disturbing imagery that'll stick with you long after the credits roll, and a story that's as deep as the fog is thick. Gans is known for his ability to create a haunting atmosphere that practically creeps off the screen, and with this return, he's set to take us on a journey through the unsettling and the uncanny. So get ready to explore every shadowy corner of Silent Hill, where the line between reality and nightmare blurs into an unforgettable cinematic experience. In this latest installment, James Sunderland receives a mysterious call that calls him back to Silent Hill in search of his lost love. The once recognizable town is transformed by an unknown evil, and as James searches for Mary, he encounters terrifying figures both familiar and new. The deeper he delves into the darkness, the more he begins to question his own sanity. This film is a mythological love story set in a psychological horror world, where love drives a man to face the horrors of Silent Hill to save his beloved. It's a tale of love, loss, and the lengths one will go to reclaim what was once theirs, all set against a backdrop of Silent Hill's iconic, foggy, monster-filled streets. So brace yourself for a chilling adventure with Return to Silent Hill, where the horror of the past meets the vision of the present to create something truly unforgettable.
I still have beef with Konami. I still have beef with Konami. Yeah. Like, I'm not even going to act like I don't. Especially over anyway, okay, we're not here talking, we're talking about the movies. So, I am a big fan of the very first one, the Silent Hill. We're not going to talk about Silent Hill Revolution. We're not going to talk about it. It's not canon with this line of the story. It's a whole different thing. I don't.
Which one was it that had Kit Harington in it? That was the one? Okay. All right. We'll just...
It has like a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. It's just a bunch of stuff.
Jon Snow.
It's just a bunch of stuff, okay? It's...
Yep.
Anyway, okay. I'm excited because you have a lot of the original, like, thoughts and stuff. Like, this is an actual sequel to the very first Silent Hill movie. Also, we're not going to bring up Silent Hills either. We're not going to talk about Silent Hills either, even though I just brought it up. That playable teaser will haunt my dreams.
Dude, even to this day, it's one of the scariest video games that you can't even get anymore.
Kojima was going to rock our fucking worlds.
Oh, man. Kojima-san.
Kojima-san.
Man.
Anyway, I'm excited to see what Gans has got up his sleeve.
Yeah.
There's no teaser trailers out. There's not really anything we know about what's going to happen in this one. We just know it's going to be a return, and the same, like, there's a lot of adopted people in the Silent Hill games, because I guess it's kind of canon that these adoptive children have come from Silent Hill somehow. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I'm excited for it. Silent Hill scared the fuck out of me. It's one of those games. Well, not the game, but the movie. The games are good too.
Yes.
I've watched. I can't really play scary games like that, but I love to watch people. I like to watch playthroughs of scary games.
I remember playing the first Silent Hill when I was a kid.
From the view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fixed cameras and stuff.
Yes.
Like, that game was terrifying. Even for like the late 90s, early 2000s, like that was terrifying. You know, and then, you know, in the later versions of the game, you've got like Pyramid Head, which I do think that there was a reveal that came out not too long ago that showed Pyramid Head from this film.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm excited about this one. Just because Silent Hill has such a long-standing tradition, you know, of being one of those terrifying worlds. It's
a series that's been going on for 25 years, because the first game was, like you said, late 90s. I think it was actually 99 or 2000. Mm-hmm. So it was like 25 years old.
Yeah. And
they've done so much of it. There's so much content for this world. And the first movie, like I said, was great. It was eerie, it was scary, it was horrifying in ways. And then Revolution just... I hope it's not like that. But I think with Christoph Gans is going to really just bring back what we need.
Yeah, I remember watching a little bit of Revolutions and I turned it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. It's fine.
But I can't keep from thinking of what we missed out on by not getting Silent Hills. You know, because hell, Norman Reedus was going to be the protagonist, which fortunately enough, Norman and Kojima-san were able to collaborate later on with Death Stranding.
Yes.
And then you've got Death Stranding 2 coming out.
We're getting on video games. We're getting on a tangent about video games.
We can talk about whatever we want to.
We can. That's what the point of Intermissions is.
Yeah. So, at any rate, though, I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to see what it turns out to be.
Yeah, I'm ready for a teaser trailer. I'm ready for something.
Yep.
Yes, I need something from this.
Yep.
I ache for it. I earn for it. But yeah, these were some really good picks.
Yeah.
You did a good job. Troy picked all these out, and I'm happy with these.
Yes.
To talk about them and stuff.
Absolutely.
Super exciting.
Cannot wait for Nosferatu.
Yes.
Or Terrifier 3.
All of them are. Wait. Well, most. I mean, there are a few like I'm like, but yeah, most of these are. Yes, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited.
So, anyways, if you'd like, tell us your thoughts. What films are you looking most forward to this year? And drop us a comment and let us know.
Maybe we'll talk about them. It. We probably will talk about them.
Yeah, absolutely. But until then, you can find this podcast anywhere you get your podcast from. You can also find us on www.andimadethemwatch.com for all your horror needs.
Podcast needs, not about horror needs.
Anyways, so until then, stay spooky.
Bye.